So I wanted to include this slide here on ethical guidelines. This is a list of different information sheets that we provide here at our society. And of course, these sheets can be picked up at your convenience. If you guys want to take advantage of them today, let me know after the presentation and I'll grab a copy of them for you. If not, in the future, you can always give us a call or an email and we'll be sure to get them to you. So some of the different topics there are communicating the diagnosis, driving, which can be a pretty touchy subject, so it's always nice to have some more information on that. Living alone, decision-making, respecting individual choice. That one there is a really good one. Quality of life, of course, that's a lot about what we're talking about here today. And then intimacy and sexuality. So quality of life for our caregivers now. Ways to enhance the quality of life of the caregivers. Of course, number one bullet again for me is learn about the disease and what to expect. I'm huge on the education thing, if you guys didn't catch on already, and I think the more you know, then the better off you are. So then, as you know everything, hopefully, or close to it, then you make a good use of your support system. So talk about your needs and your worries, and talk about that with us here at the Society. Pick up the phone or come in for some one-on-one meeting with the director, attend our family support group meeting. We're also doing the learning series for a chance to learn and share and talk about different concerns and things. And also, it's good to talk with family and friends, the people that are close around you that are helping you deal with this on a day-to-day basis. And give yourself permission to take regular breaks from caregiving, because you don't want to burn yourself out and you don't want to push yourself into bad health. So we want to make sure that you are getting your breaks and that you're taking time to care for yourself. Recognize the signs of stress and, of course, develop ways to deal with them, whether it be a little bit of shopping therapy for the ladies or whatever, right? But just remember that don't let stress get the better of you and to really step in there before it does. So again, resources for caregivers here, the Ways to Help brochure and the Reducing Caregiver Stress brochure. I have the Reducing Caregiver Stress up here, but apparently I forgot about the Ways to Help one there in the mix. I was trying with the new display, guys. But for those on the teleconference, these brochures here are available at our office to be mailed to you. There are electronic versions also online on the Alzheimer Society of Canada website. So there are a few different ways to grab these resources, but those are just a few brochures that I thought were pretty relevant to today's topic. So back to quality of life for our caregivers again. Of course, take satisfaction in the work that you're doing to provide care. Think about everything that you have accomplished and reward yourself for how far you have made it in the journey. It's learning about asking for help and to accept help, because without the supports of your family and friends and community organizations and everything like that, with that help, you will have an easier journey, hopefully, and a better journey along the way. And the plan for changes and recognize that there will be many. So we always talk about future planning, and we really encourage that here. And we, of course, want you to have so many things in place in case anything does happen, but crisis situations do come up. So recognize that that might occur and have everything in place in case it does, such as have a safely home registration form done for your loved one so that if they were ever to wander and become lost, then you know that that plan is already in place. List the negative and positive aspects of caregiving. So seek help from others to increase the positives and decrease the negatives. So this would be a good way to say, hey, I'm really stressed, really drained, making a lot of meals all the time. It's just cooking constantly. So if a few friends could help and maybe drop off a few dishes, something I can freeze at least and then just warm up. Just simple things like that really do help. And I keep going back to the meals because I think it's because I'm hungry. I didn't have a big enough lunch or something. But The small stuff helps just as much as the big stuff. So caregiver stress, most of the time we hear from individuals, families, caregivers and things when they've reached that crisis situation. And oftentimes people can recognize stress in others, but they can't recognize the stress in themselves. So that's when we see the situations escalate, and then we're hearing a call at the breaking point. So we really want, of course, to get the planning in place beforehand, get the knowledge and the education beforehand, so we can avoid these incidents and avoid the intense caregiving crisis situations. So I, of course, after talking about caregiver stress so much and how much I want it not present in the lives of our caregivers, I had to list the signs so we could be prepared and see it when it's coming. So hopefully we'll be able to avoid it and positively move past it. So denial about the disease and its effects on the person diagnosed, anger at the person with the disease and others, withdrawing socially, so no longer wanting to stay in touch with friends or participate in activities, anxiety about facing another day and what the future holds, depression, you feel sad and hopeless much of the time, exhaustion, you barely have the energy to complete daily tasks, sleeplessness, you wake in the middle of the night or have nightmares or stressful dreams, emotional reactions, crying at minor upsets or you're often irritable, lack of concentration, trouble focusing, having a hard time completing complex tasks, and health problems. You may lose or gain weight, you may get sick more often, have high blood pressure, or constant headaches. We want to avoid all of those signs of stress. So how are we going to do that? By caring for yourself as a caregiver. So what are things that you do to relax? A lot of people, of course, it's unique to you and what you do to relax. I know that TV, just like tuning out to that for me is a good relaxation bit, or reading, it really is different for everyone. So how often do you allow yourself to do these things as well? And are you allowing yourself to have this bit of relaxation enough? Continue giving care, of course, but it's essential to look after yourself and to make sure that you're receiving good self-care as well. So another little poem, I guess, but this one's more so a Bill of Rights that I wanted to include today, is actually called the Caregiver Bill of Rights. So this is for the caregiver, and this is titled, What a Caregiver Has the Right to. So a caregiver, number one, has the right to take care of themselves. This is not an act of selfishness. It will give them the capability of better taking care of their loved one. So seek help from others. Even though my loved one may object, I recognize the limits of my own endurance and strength. Maintain facets of my own life that do not include the person I care for, just as if he or she were healthy. So maintain participating in your regular extracurricular activities. You may limit the amount of hours. I have seen individuals cut back a bit and things like that, but to not withdraw completely, to make sure that you still have that connection and can drop out for tea with a friend or something like that. You have the right to do things for you without feeling guilty. You have the right to get angry, to be depressed or happy, and experience frustration. Because of course it is a very challenging journey that you are on, but there are times when you can laugh and you can cry and you can, of course, express the normal range of human emotions because all you are is human. But there may be times that aren't as good as others. There may be days that aren't as good as others, but it's to remember that tomorrow may be better, tomorrow may be more positive, and tomorrow is a new day. It's always a new day. So to reject any conscious or unconscious attempts by my loved one to manipulate me through guilt, anger, or depression, and receive consideration, affection, forgiveness, and acceptance from my loved one for what I do for them on a daily basis. So that's a really nice one. It keeps going on here. It talks about taking pride in the accomplishments that you make and applauding their own courage and responsibility that they have taken on for caring for their loved one. And to, of course, protect their individuality and maintain a life for themselves, which will sustain me once their loved one has passed on. So as government makes strides in finding resources to support afflicted persons, similar strides are made toward aiding and supporting caregivers. So we have seen although we saw a large cut in other places during our budget, we did see a large increase in the funding for the Office of Aging and Seniors. So there is several more $1 million going towards caregiving efforts throughout the province. So that is very positive, and that really tops off that last point there, that as the demand grows for these services, we will hopefully see government responding. So to talk more about wellness, I said I like to watch TV and things because I like to do relaxing things that don't cost money. So that is what I have listed here. Take a bubble bath, of course. I don't even own a bath. I have a stand-up shower, so I don't think that's going to work out for me. Watch your favorite TV show. Go for a long walk. Listen to your favorite music. Read a book. Enjoy a cup of tea or visit a friend. Those are just some really simple ideas for some relaxation bits. Of course, like I said, everyone has their own individual choice of how to relax, but TV is definitely my number one. So ask for help. I don't know how many times I've already said that this afternoon, but I hope you're getting the point. If there is anything else I can do to help, let me know. What a perfect phrase, and how many times do we hear it from friends and family and things like that? Co-workers, everyone. We're Newfoundlanders as well, so we're probably some of the most helpful people around. So some of the ideas that I have listed here are options that you can give to your friends and family when they say, hey, is there anything else that I can do to help out? Don't be afraid to say, you know what? The leaves need to be raked. Do you want to help out with that? They've already offered to help, so you know that they're going to go that next step and actually commit to that project and help you out with that chore or task. Shop for groceries, prepare a meal, take you to a doctor's appointment. There's so many different things. Is there anything that I can do to help? How about you sit down and have a conversation with me over a cup of tea? That's another way that you're helping as well, because it's the support of friendship there and the relief of just a conversation between two friends away from the day-to-day life of caregiving. I don't have a dog, so I didn't want to talk about the last one. Wellness. So it's all about asking for help today. So this is a little exercise here that individuals, caregivers can do for creating a list of people you could ask for help. So you could start off your list with things I need help with and list off everything under the sun, because you don't know how giving one friend may be when they come along one day and what they would like to help you undertake that day and how they want to help you out. So list the people you could ask and things like that, so you have your list on hand, and when something comes up, you know, hey, I don't have to be scrambling, looking around, that my son John will always mow the lawns when I call him. So why don't I just call him up this afternoon, and I'm sure he'll pop down. Maybe I'll give him like $5 or $10 or something like that, and it's perfect. So it's always good to create a list. I'm a huge list maker as well. So the brain is one of your most vital organs. I want to talk about how we can keep our brain healthy. So we can challenge our brain and, of course, be socially active. I, again, went with the resources here. So some of the resources I have for wellness there come from the Alzheimer Society of Canada. I have our Heads Up for Healthier Brains brochure. It's available electronically online, like I said, but I also have a copy up here. And I also have Heads Up for Healthier Living booklet. But another great thing, don't know if you like puzzles, I do, You can go online, and just by playing little brain activities, puzzles, Sudoku, word things and stuff like that, as simple as they are, it really is challenging your brain and keeping you stimulated in that way. I have these, like, I don't know if you guys have iPhones, pretty sure everyone in the room probably does, but 4 words, that app, I'm telling you, that's a good one. It gives you 4 pictures, and you have to figure out like what the common word is for the 4 pictures. I'm stuck. I have 2 different versions, and I'm stuck on both of them right now. So if anyone can help me out afterwards, just come see me. But all jokes aside, the technology and things like that are becoming a really great resource for that as well. All the smartphones do have those app options now where you can get all of these little games, and it's so easy and convenient to just pop one of those games up on your phone and play it that way, even for a few minutes a day, just to give yourself that little bit of stimulation, or use it as a relaxation tool. So to talk more about wellness, like I said, the brain is one of the most vital organs that you have, so we want to keep it healthy by choosing a healthy lifestyle. So watching what you eat, daily exercise, and all different things like that, which would be around your lifestyle and health. Protect your head. So we're going to stimulate our brains. We want to protect from sun and different things like that, from falls and stuff. And reduce stress, which is missing an S. Support services. So we're here at the Alzheimer Society, as we all know, and of course, support services are what we are about. Support services for our caregiver, for our individual with the disease, and for families and friends, health professionals, everyone. We have our Caregiver and Family Support Group, which happens the 3rd Thursday of every month at 7 p.m. That's a really great resource for individuals to come together and talk about common issues they may have as a caregiver, share experiences and stories and things like that. I always tell people the toll-free number is awesome. Don't be afraid to pick up the phone, because we see things on a daily, hourly basis here. We're dealing with it on such a regular basis that you'll go on Google, get lost for 3 hours. Been there, done that. You need to just pick up the phone, give us a call, because I probably answered the same question 5 minutes ago. So I may have the answer on hand way quicker, and if I don't have the answer, I will take your name and number and search down for you and get back to you. Our email support, it's always great with technology and things like that now to have the ability to pop off an email and do that quick form of communication. So same thing as the phone number. Don't be frightened to email us with any questions or concerns that you have. I listed the Alzheimer Society of Canada website earlier. That's a really great resource for information, things like that, and our support services, as well as our website. And there is more information on the First Link program, which is another support system of our society, listed on our website. We have our newsletter, and that goes out twice a year, and that's a really great resource letting you know what we're up to, what we're doing, what's coming up in education, and different things like that. So it's good to keep an eye out for those. You'll see them around different clinics and things. We have a resource library out here, which has a bunch of different books, DVDs. It's information, it's fictional, it's everything under the sun out there, but I did remove everything from the 80s, I promise. When we moved our office, that was quite the task. But it's all up to date now, and you can sign all this stuff out of the resource library for free. For those on the teleconference, we do mail out the materials across the province. As well, like I've been mentioning, we have all these great information sheets and information brochures, which you can take advantage of. First Link program, First Link coordinator, obviously got to talk about the First Link program as many chances I can get. So don't forget that First Link is your first step to living well with dementia, and it's for individuals and families who are journeying with this disease, and it's hopefully to connect them to all the learning services and support they would need along their journey. The Medical Alert Safely Home program It's a really great resource and a support service to have in place in case wandering ever became a symptom of your loved one. Wandering and then becoming lost can be a pretty pressing issue at the time, so it's always good to have this support system in place beforehand. It's a national registry that you just give the identification information of your loved one to, and then if they were ever become lost, emergency services, search and rescue and things, would have access to this information right away. Whereas if your loved one with the disease did not register with this program, there would have to be a missing person. So it would take 24 to 48 hours before a search will begin. Whereas if you're signed up with the program, the search can begin right away. So now I'm out of breath. Support systems and wellness. I want you all to remember, after everything that I've said today, to identify your support systems. So fill in the gaps and remember that we can always help and we're always here. Work together with your doctor, your pharmacist, whichever health professional it is that you feel is the best connection for you. Take care of yourself, ask for help, and stay as active as possible. Whether it be physically, emotionally, mentally, stay active and stay healthy yourself. And remember that you can live well with Alzheimer's disease. So, of course, thank you all for listening to me this afternoon. And now I was wondering if anyone had any questions after our presentation. For those on our teleconference, if you had any questions at this time, we would be happy to take them. Talking to two phones. It's getting interesting since I started.